Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and welcome to The Legend of Zelda Randomizer. I decided after the series describing the tracker, it would be kind of lame if I didn't actually show it in use at least once. So I decided I'm going to play through a seed. And I'll not go at just top pace, and I'll try to talk things through in terms of just kind of like talking about the gameplay and strategy and things like that for people who might not be all that familiar with this game, even after seeing the series on the tracker. Um, but yeah, I'm just playing with some of my favorite flags. For those who know the randomizer, this is going to be a first quest mixed overworld. I have Heart Shuffle turned off on this seed, which hopefully will make things go a little bit faster. Book is an atlas. A little bit of randomization of monsters and different things. Important items are allowed in 9. Easy overworld start shuffle starting screen. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. But in any case, without much further ado, I am going to need to reset the timer as I start things. So 3, 2, 1, let's go and play. All right, and so our start screen is right here on the map. I can immediately recognize where we are because I'm familiar with the map at this point. And when you're actually just getting started in a seed, one of the most valuable things to do is to go after the Armos locations because it's a free item. And so if I'm hovering over here, you can see that there's free items possibly available to me kind of up and to the right. And so I'm going to generally head in that direction. It's also important to find open caves in order to possibly pick up the wood sword or an opportunity to get a blue candle from a take any. So these are some of the things that you want to be looking for right at the beginning. You're also just trying to get a feel for what overworld monsters exist in your particular seed. And honestly, blue dark nuts on the overworld is pretty good. It means we won't have to encounter them in dungeons. And on the overworld, you don't have to kill them. And yeah, the right thing to do at the very beginning is to take a blue candle from a take any. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And now I have a weapon of sorts, and I can also start burning some trees. And if in like the next minute I find the sword and maybe want to give the candle back, I could always just reset. All right, so here we have a meat shop, which I'm going to mark as that, and I guess it's also a key shop, and so I'll mark it that way as well. I don't expect that I would ever buy the shield. So let's check out what's here. This is an Armos that just led to a location. Oh, 130, that's a good big secret. And so that is secret, and that's actually a large secret. And I will mark it as such. We are not going to be poor in this seed. In First Quest Mixed Overworld, there are 3 large secrets available throughout the world, and so there's going to be 2 more chances to pick up 130 gold for free. Which is good, because it means a lot of money for us. Let's try to check out this Armos without dying if we can. This one is also just a location. Here's some more free money. That's just a normal secret. Can I mark that? That's actually a low medium secret. It's as low as it could be for the medium secret, but given how big the large secret is, we can't complain too much. So I won't. Alright, there's a place to bomb here, but I don't have bombs. There's a place to push a rock here, but I don't have the power bracelet. But here is the third Armos that's in this half of the world. This one's also sadly just a location and not our actual free item. But let's go ahead and pop in the location and see what we find. This is a cheaper key shop, so I definitely want to mark that. And from here, I am very likely to die since I'm down to half heart already. That's not going to be a super easy screen to get through. I'm going to choose to see if I can get to the waterfall. Or this screen up here is not bad also. But yeah, what is likely to happen at this point is, since I'm down to half a heart, if I don't find somewhere I can get my health back, I'm likely to just take a death. And save the game because we've made some good progress. We have money, we have a blue candle, etc. Oh, hey, any roads. So that's fantastic. So this is any road number 1. Let's discover where they are and start unlocking them. Oh boy. That was Forgotten Spot is any road number 2. That's good because that's up on the other side of the river on Death Mountain. So that's already a very good any road. Here's one in the Dead Woods, which is also pretty fantastic. If I can get one near my start screen, that would be ideal. This is not all that near my start screen, and furthermore, it is covered by a power bracelet spot, so this one is not as valuable to me yet, but it's not bad. Unfortunately, I can't go back in, and so I can't get back to where I was. So now we're kind of trapped over here, but there's lots of trees to burn around these parts, and so let's start burning some more trees. At the beginning of the game, you just want to search as many overworld tiles as you can. So that is a take any, and I want to take the heart. Just want to search as many overworld tiles as you can to kind of like get your hands on various free stuff and also start learning the layout of the world. And so that's what we're doing. This is going to be a potion shop eventually once I get the letter. So we will mark it as such. I think I'm going to try marking up kind of every screen that I see in this playthrough, which I'm not sure eventually if that's how I'll play in the long run or not. There is our small secret. So that one is not particularly good, just 6 rupees. But our large secret is good, and it's kind of the most important one. There are red levers here. They are dying to a single hit of the candle, so I'm going to be able to kill them, and they often drop rupees, so I'm definitely intentionally coming back by that screen so I can kill the rest of those red levers because they're easy to kill and might drop money or hearts. This is a door repair charge. Someone's taken our money. Let's make sure that we mark it in the right spot on the map. And yeah, still managing to stay alive, so we're just going to keep going to at this point, all the open caves that I can get to, because I would really like to find the wood sword, ideally. So there's another open cave that's right down here. And what has it got for me? More free money. We're doing very well on finding a lot of free money early. In fact, so much so, I'm extremely likely to run into door repair charges at this point. Tempted to drop a save and save all this money. But I'm just not going to do it just yet because saving means going back to the start screen, and I've done a little bit of traveling. Let's go ahead and pick up those as well. Here's another one. Oh, it's another 130. Okay. Now I think it would be prudent to drop a save because at this point we can't hold any more money. So there's our second large secret, and at this point I'm going to save our progress. All right, so we're back to our start screen. There's a tree here that we can burn, so let's burn it. Happens not to burn in this seed. It was a yellow rectangle, so we knew that that was a possibility. And so I'll just go ahead and mark it off on the tracker. Oh, here's the magical sword. We need 10 to 14 hearts to be able to pick up that. We currently have 4 hearts, so not happening anytime soon, but it's convenient that if and when we get that much health capacity, we'll be able to go right there. Here is level 5, our first dungeon. I'm going to pirouette, which is to walk out and walk right back in to see if I get a free bomb hole. I'm also going to try to get a free bomb hole to the left. This is kind of taking advantage of a minor glitch in the game in terms of how dungeon entrances work. It happened not to net me anything right here. It's dangerous to go very far into a dungeon when you don't have a weapon, but I just want to peek and get a sense of what monsters we're going to be up against in here. And apparently wall masters, which are not bad. So this actually, the entrance was at E5 on the map. And so I'm going to actually start marking this one up because I can eventually, kill all the monsters in this room and get some good stuff. So E5 was where we came in. We did come in from the south, and then we walked into this room. We got the map out of this room, and there's a way to go to the north, and we can see the whole map. And since we can see the map and since I'm mapping, let's go ahead and check out some stuff. Gorilla Grumbles. Okay, so here is what we've learned. 1. Gorilla Grumbles near the desert. Hint decoder. That's level 7, is in the desert. We have a hint about it at some point in the future. If I'm trying to find level 7, I will be able to use that information. 2. There's an old man here. I'll go ahead and mark it as an old man room, which means I'll never be able to bomb to the north. And so based on the map, we know that I have to go to the right in this room, which means I need a bomb, which means this level is currently bomb blocked. And so I'm going to put a blocker on here, and now we are done with Dungeon 5. And I'm just going to continue rather than walk out. It was only like 3 steps. Probably didn't save any time at all, but just to kind of show the typical workflow of going through a dungeon, I'm going to do that. So here's an example of where we absolutely have to backtrack because we can't make forward progress in that dungeon right now. And here is an unknown secret. I almost just picked up the money when I don't need it. And so we're going to leave that money there so that we can pick it up again later. And now I need to think briefly about what is prudent to do next. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to save again, because we managed to have a little streak of uncovering more caves without any door repair charges. There is an open cave right up here that could have my wood sword. So let's go there next and cross one more of those places off the list. It's more free money for us for the future, so we will mark it. There are a bunch of open caves in the northeast, so let's try to go up there and see if we can find the wood sword, because that still needs to be a priority. Getting our hands on the sword. You can only use the blue candle once per screen, and while it has been effective at killing a number of these monsters, because a lot of the easy monsters that we've encountered have not rolled up in terms of hit points, the randomizer randomizes how many hit points various enemies can have, and a lot of these easy enemies had their usual or even lower than usual hit points, which has been very good for me. That's just good luck on this seed. But let's try to get to some more of these open caves and see if we can find our sword. Alright, here is a door repair charge. It's fine. We can afford it. We've got lots of money, and we've got more money just waiting for us to go pick up on the overworld near the start screen at some point in the future. So let's check out what's over here. It's that meat and key shop. I'll go ahead and mark it just because it takes no time at all. But if I wasn't trying to demo stuff in the tracker, that's one that I might mark as a don't care because it's way off in the corner of the map, and it does not have anything that I expect to ever buy. Most seeds, you never buy meat. Most seeds, you never buy keys. So I'm unlikely to need that. There's a door repair charge up here as well. And now I need to start thinking. We've taken 2 door repair charges, and I haven't made any other progress. And so this is where people typically take advantage of save scumming. And so I can just say retry, and we'll go back to the moment in time. Yeah, when we still had 255 money. So let's go back to trying to get to the waterfall screen, I think, because there's still 3 open caves up in that direction. I marked any road 1 in the wrong spot, I just realized. So I need to correct that on my map. It was not on the place that I put it. This is not typically an error that I make. But this needs to go back to unmarked, and this is where any road 1 actually was, because I went north through the Lost Hills to get there. So, let's check the waterfall spot together. Ouch. It's another free heart. Great. So that is a take any. And let's see what's at the top of the waterfall. Yet another open cave that might have the sword. Oh, this is going to be tough to get to, though. These guys will 2-shot me. And I'm not sure that I can kill them with the candle. Yeah, they've got too many hit points. So I'm probably just going to die here. There's a way to use the candle to intentionally against yourself to get iframes. And kind of damage boost through enemies. I did not succeed in doing that. Doesn't matter if we continue or retry, really, because nothing really happened there. Okay, there's a couple more trees that we could burn over here, and there's an open cave over near the coast. So I'm going to try to knock those things out next. Still trying to prioritize finding our wood sword. And there's one spot, at least, that it could be. But this tree could possibly burn. It did, great. I'll check that out in just a moment. Also, this tree can possibly burn. And it did as well. We have to be on the other side to actually get there. So I'll have to remember to come back. This is a potion shop, so let's mark it as such. And then 2 tiles to the right, there is an open cave. We can also go witness what the coast item is. so that we'll be able to prioritize when we get the ladder, when we go back over there to try to pick it up. Oh boy. Alright. Dodge and baddies. Here is a door repair charge. And the coast item is the magic wand. Okay, that's interesting. So let's go ahead and mark that. It is the wand. We don't have it yet. And I'm okay with having opened up those caves, even though I took a door repair charge and don't have quite as much money. Because having opened up this cave, oops, it's right here. I can check from this side what it actually was. If I had retried, I'd have to burn the tree again. So it's just another potion shop. Lots of potion shops in the world. And it's going to be hard to get out of here, so we're just going to continue. Yeah, there are some open caves in the northeast, but at this time, I am going to go exploring elsewhere. We could burn a bunch of trees in Candle Row. Burning trees isn't going to help us find the wood sword, but locations in general are good. So I'm going to burn those trees, and there is at least one more open cave over in this direction. So that's a door repair charge. Ouch. There's an open cave over here, in what in the vanilla game would be level 1. And I'm going to try to knock this guy out of the way. Did it. That is a cheap meat shop, and it's a blue ring shop, and so I'm going to mark those things up. Blue ring costs $250. I could have that money. So yeah, I uncovered a couple of door repair charges, I think. No, I just encountered one so far. Let's see if I can get out of here alive, but this might be a case where I retry in order to get one of my door repair charges back. And then try to go back there and buy the blue ring, because at this point we're sitting on a ton of money and there's still large secrets out there. Yeah, here's another secret that's just lying out here. So we could come back for this money later. Still haven't gotten bombs in this seed. That's a problem. So yeah, let's retry. So we'll be back up to like 230 money, I think. Yeah. 250 is what we need for the blue ring. That's something that I could write in the notes in my tracker. But right now it's the only noteworthy piece of information in my head. And so despite the fact that I don't have a good memory, I will be able to remember one bit of data. I guess it's more than one bit. It's one piece of data. But I'm a computer scientist, and so if I say one bit, it means something different. Oh dear. Alright, we're going to pretend that nobody saw that. Yeah. A feature of the tracker that had never occurred to me is that currently I have any road number 4 showing at the bottom of the screen. I can't access it right now because it's hidden behind a power bracelet. I know that in my brain, but it would be nice if the tracker displayed that somehow. So that's kind of a minor feature upgrade that I could imagine doing, which is when you have any road that is blocked by the power bracelet, and you don't have the power bracelet yet, it could somehow display it, maybe a grayed out number 4 right here in the tracker, to say, hey, you can't reach that any road right now. It's not something that I'd considered until just now, but I think it is a good idea. Okay, I guess let's go try to burn the other side of Candle Road from the other side. I'm not sure exactly why I came in this direction. Taking a death is also okay. We're going to save again because we killed a bunch of red levers. And actually, if I go kill those red levers again, that might be the most effective way to get up to 250 monies. Yeah, I think I might do that actually. So yeah, it's very unfortunate that we haven't managed to... I guess the only enemies who typically drop bombs that I have killed is a blue Octorok, like that guy. But he just hasn't happened to drop any bombs for us. And so without any bombs in the early game, we've been somewhat limited. But there's my 250 rupees. So now I'm going to try to make it to the blue ring shop. And if I don't make it to the blue ring shop, then we'll just save and try again until we're successful. The blue ring is an armor item. It cuts the damage you take in half. And so, yeah, it's it's extremely valuable. Ouch. Yeah. Taking less damage, very good thing. It's better than just doubling your health capacity, because it also means that every time you pick up a heart, like the heart that you're picking up is twice as valuable. Alright, but we did it. So, blue ring has been gotten. I'm going to save the game. I'm going to mark it on the tracker so that it shows up on the timeline on the bottom of the screen for everybody's convenience. And now that we only take half damage, now I have much higher hopes of getting all kinds of good places. Let's take a different route across the world, just to sample a few more of the enemies that we'll be running into on the overworld. That's a pretty bad screen, honestly. This one is not bad. And since we're here, let's stop by the fairy fountain and get our health back. Let's also clear out some of the enemies near the fairy fountain. If we leave only one enemy on each overworld screen, the enemies will never respawn. And so that's a good way to just kind of make it easier to come back to certain screens later on. So I'm going to try to reduce the number of enemies on various screens when possible. Ouch, won't always be possible. I took 1 heart rather than 2 from that Lionel sword, thanks to having the blue ring. So it's already doing lots of work. Make things better for us. We are currently here, and we just found another heart container. Nice. I'm going to take that. Boom. So we found all of our take any's pretty early. So we're up to 6 hearts, which means if we ever find the White Sword Cave, we are guaranteed to be strong enough to be able to lift the item there. So that's great. Here's our first gambling, possibly, money-making game. And over here, we've got some blue levers, who I will just try to avoid as I get in here, where there's more gambling. Great. Still have not gotten a bomb. We're 21 minutes in. Yikes. Okay, this is not a good start to a seed, honestly. Don't have the sword. Still haven't reached a couple of my Armos locations. But we do have the blue ring. So, that part's good. And yeah, high hopes for checking the 4th of 5 Armos locations momentarily. We talked about this little area being kind of like up in a dead-end corner. That's where I'm headed now. Oh, here's the letter. So let's go ahead and mark that. We can now purchase potions from the potion shops. Since the letter is a prerequisite. Ouch! To doing that. Okay, made a little mistake there. This one's also a location, which means the 5th one has our item. There's some free money for us, so I'll mark that as a secret. That was a small secret, actually. And I should be able to walk out of here alive, I think. Just need to avoid the dark nuts. And by avoid, I mean take less damage than I can afford to take. And I could afford to take a bit thanks to the blue ring. We're fine. Everything's fine. Everybody's fine. That was just to kill an enemy. I'm going to visit the fairy fountain. And next we will try to burn the tree here. This one right here might burn. It did not, so that's a nothing. There is our any road number 3. There's an open cave over here that could still be the wood sword. So we need to prioritize this cave right over here. Oh, guys, get out of the way. Come on. Ouch. All right, so now we're here. Hey, it's a bomb shop. I don't have enough money. It's also an arrow shop. So let's mark that it's a bomb and an arrow shop. 2 more rupees and I'd be able to do that, but I can't kill these guys to try to get rupees, sadly. They are too strong for my current weaponry. So we'll leave one guy on this screen, and there's one other open cave down here in the bottom left that I need to try to get to. So we will head in that general direction. But at least it is possible for me to purchase bombs, even if I'm not getting lucky picking up bombs from monsters. This guy could drop bombs, so even though he's the only enemy on the screen, we're going to try to kill him. He did not drop bombs. Alright, and that's a cheap meat shop. We're probably never coming back there. We've already bought the blue ring. We've already got the candle. Rest of the shop things don't matter to us. Alright, there is a burn tree over here and another one nearby, so we're going to go ahead and do those since we happen to be standing here. This location yielded nothing, so we just left-click it to don't care it on our overworld tracker map. And this location is level 8. Add another dungeon. Once again, I'm going to attempt a quick pirouette, see if we get a bomb hole, and we did. So basically this bomb hole just appeared on the left-hand side of this dungeon for reasons. Let's see, we're starting in V6, so our entrance was here, and I could go left or up. We'll take a quick peek into this dungeon as well. Maybe something amazing will just be lying on the floor. So that was a Gliok, and there was basically a shutter door there and a locked door there. But this is an uncompleted room. And over here, like I could potentially kill enemies in this room. But let's just, I'm not even going to mark up the room. I'm just going to mark the doors. Ooh, there's wizards in here. So this is going to be combat locked for sure. And there is a way to go this way. Okay, this is another dungeon that I think we want to come back to later. So, going to continue out of here. I'm going to mark that 8 as combat locked to help remind me that I'm going to need some better weaponry to take on the wizards. And now we'll go through the Lost Woods and head over to the graveyard. And actually, this is not the smartest way to go. I have an any road, which will take me up to the graveyard faster. And we can also stop by the fairy fountain. So I'm currently standing right here. To my north is a fairy fountain where I can get my health refilled, and then to my south is any road number 3, which I can take to any road number 2 in order to get over to a number of the open caves that remain in the northwest. And that is my current goal, because I still desperately want to find the sword. So the rightmost door will take us from 3 to 2. I'll take a quick shot at trying to get some bombs and be sad about the fact that it didn't work. But now we're standing over here. We're about to go into this cave, and we're going to get our Armos item. Armos are the names of these robots that you can push that wake up and come to life. And one of them's going to do something great. Here's our potion shop, by the way. So let's mark that as a potion shop. We can present the letter, and now the potions will become for sale. Red potion is basically equivalent to blue potions. You can use it twice rather than once. And there's our Armos item. It's the power bracelet. Hey, that just freed up any road number 4. So I'm going to grab that. I'm going to mark that we got the Armos item, and it was the power bracelet. And since we just got the power bracelet, it turns out that the screen I've just walked to is now a screen that is available to me to open up. It's not going to have my wood sword, but it could have something good. It has a hint shop. Interesting. We might have a lot of money available, so we might end up purchasing those hints at some point. For the moment, however, there is an open cave on the screen to my left, so let's walk around over there, see if it might be the wood sword. Because we're now like 30 minutes into the seed, and I still don't have it, which is pretty bad. Let's see what we got over here. It's level 3. Alright. We will mark it, and once again, I will take a quick peek. Level 3, we're starting in -3. So that is here, and we came in from the right, and I could go down or to the left. Gonna take a quick peek to the left. I can kill some, but not all of these guys, and sadly I'm trapped in the room. Alright, so that room is not completed yet. It was just Tektites, though. And there's a ladder block over here. So this is potentially a ladder-blocked dungeon. I am curious just to quickly see if I kill all the wall masters in this room, if anything amazing drops. And so we'll kill a number of them, walk out, walk back in. I think I've killed 4 of the wall masters already. I think there can be 6 or 8 in wall master rooms like this. So I think there's going to be 2 more wall masters, and then the room will be clear. Apparently just 7. Okay, so 3 appears that it might be ladder blocked. So I'm going to mark the ladder there. There is one room that we might be able to do in Dungeon 3, but for right now, with just the blue candle, we're still insufficiently armed to do it. Yeah, so I'm not going to put a combat block mark on there. I'm going to remember that all the dungeons I've seen I haven't been able to do anything in because I don't have a weapon. Alright, there happens to be nothing behind this grave and this seed. How about this grave? There's also nothing behind this grave. Alright. Now we need to think carefully about what we're doing next. This would be a good place to take advantage of the open caves thing again. Actually, I can see them pretty well because it's almost exactly equivalent to all the gettable spots. But there's 3 open caves at the top of the map where the wood sword could be. One of them is up here on Death Mountain, and since I am standing up here on Death Mountain already, I think it is the one that makes the most sense to try to go after. So we're going to attempt to get to the open cave that's 2 to the north where my mouse cursor currently is. It's still a bit of a walk to get there. We may encounter some difficult monsters who are going to kill me along the way. Only time will tell. That worked out really great, actually. Red levers, not difficult monsters who are going to kill me. Although they might injure me a bit. Okay, hooray, they dropped a heart. Lots of red levers, definitely what you want to see on an overworld. Very kind. Good job, game. Oh, there's a power bracelet spot to the east of me that I might choose to go back to in a bit. I can just come back later. We really just need to find the sword. Or find another bomb shop so I could buy some bombs and start bombing some of these spots. It's the other hint shop, alright. Yeah, we have to prioritize the sword. The sword can only be in one of 3 locations at this point. So we're going to save to get back to our start screen, which is closer. 2 locations, sorry. Closer to the locations where the wood sword could be. So, once again, we're standing. I'm about to walk onto this screen, and a few to the north and a little step to the left and to the right are the only possible places where the sword could be at this point. Once again, we can see that if I hover open caves, wood sword always appears in an open cave in this flag set, so it can only be one of those 2 locations. So one of them is directly above me here. Previously I was scared to go up this screen because of some of these difficult enemies. Now I have enough hearts and the blue ring that I could just damage boost through if I did encounter the enemies. So yeah, I should have gone for this earlier. That's failing on my part. This is the wood sword cave. We chose to take the wood sword. And I have the reminders turned off. Oops. From when I was recording things. I want the reminders on so that it would say, now that you have a better sword, consider Dungeon 8. But I should also consider Dungeons 5 and 3. Okay, we found the wood sword. Game changer. I happen to be standing near a power bracelet spot, so we're going to try that. And I also am curious to know, the red Dark Nut is an enemy who can drop bombs. He might take anywhere between 2 and 6 hits with the wood sword to kill in this particular flag set, and I just want to try to kill him. Alright, he took 4 hits. Not particularly easy to kill. I took a death, that's fine. Because... Let's save because I have the wood sword. Dungeon 5 was bomb blocked, and I still don't have bombs, and the only bomb shop I know of is still pretty far away. Dungeon 3 and 8 are far away. Well, crap, this didn't work out the way I wanted it. Let's see. Is there any harm? No, in picking up the money that's here. So, that was a small secret, so I'm going to go ahead and mark that off. We've taken it. I really need bombs. So, there is a power bracelet spot here. That happens to have nothing, because I just tried to push it. And last time I died trying to get to the overworld spot over here. Right, I have a sword. I just realized I candled some guys that I could have just killed with the sword. Oh gosh! Darn it. I did not play that very well. I don't think I've ever, in the history of like all the 100 Zelda games I've ever played, ever gone this long without ever getting my first bomb pack. For the record. Apparently I rely on bombs more than I realize. So I'm going to start walking in the direction of where we can purchase bombs, so that in the very worst case, we'll be able to obtain them, kind of regardless of any luck with particular monsters that we're killing. Having the sword is obviously going to help, because, you know, now I can kill these guys who might drop bombs. Speaking of, ouch. Yeah, they still take 4 hits to kill. It's still going to be a struggle. I would like to thin out the enemies on some of these screens, but... let's go ahead and kill you. Alright, but I will be able to buy 2 bomb packs with the money I have on hand. And I want to do that. So let's do it. And an arrow is 74, in case I need that at some point in the future. Once again, I could take notes about it, but right now it's the only price I need to remember. So I'm going to take my 2 bomb packs, and I'm going to save. And now we're going to do some save scumming, because it'd be really nice to find a level that's near my start screen. A dungeon level, that I mean. Alright, I have bombs, by the way.
Now that you have bombs, consider
right.
Dungeon 5.
Thank you. Reminders? I'd forgotten about that already. Dungeon 5 is right by the start. Alright, this is gambling. We're probably going to retry out of this to keep all of our 8 bombs. But I just want to have the knowledge of what's on these screens. Oh, and level 9 is here. Alright, so we'll mark that this is level 9.
You have located 4 dungeons.
And then we will retry, which means we'll go back to a state and time where we had all 8 of our bombs. And we will take those bombs into Dungeon 5. And the screen to the right, we needed a bomb to the right. Eventually there is going to be a transport. Let's go back into Dungeon 5's map. It looked like this. And so one of the screen or the screen below it, apparently the screen below it, is going to have a staircase. And that staircase is going to take us into the other half of this dungeon. That's kind of like the top half on the map, because that's the only possible way we could get there. And so these are just inferences that I'm drawing. If I had played that better, I'm not going to worry about it right now. There's a way to save the key in this door. Oh no! We're whistle blocked. Alright. So, we cleared this room, we went down here, and this room is Dig Dogger blocked. So it is basically, that. And we need to say in Dungeon 5, now we were blocked until we have the recorder, because we can't kill that monster in order to push the block to get through the dungeon. So, bummer. We were totally foiled. Where else do I want to use bombs next? I guess there's some spots to the north. So let's head in that direction, generally. While we're here, though, A, there's a ferry that we can get our health back, and B, there is a push block right here. So let's check out the push block. Maybe this is a level. It is. It's level 7. Great. Alright.
You have located 5
this
dungeons.
Starts at E3. We came from this side. We could go north or south. I'll choose to go north at the beginning. Aquamentus takes probably about 6 stabs to kill with the Wind Sword. We can just tank the damage. And so we killed him, and we could go left or right. I'm going to the right. I already know that information. That's about Dungeon 5. We were just there. So that's just an old man hint, but I'm just going to go ahead and mark that room as being done. Guess I can mark that I couldn't go to the north. Alright. This room is not bad. Some likes. And a staircase. There could be an item down here. We're in level 7. There's a good chance that this could also be a transport staircase. Let's take advantage of our sword. And actually, let's just leave him running into the fire for a little bit while I try to focus on the other guy. Alright, but you should be dead. You should be dead. In an ideal world, you would be dead. Sadly, you have a lot of hit points. Okay, what do we have down here? Hey, it's a heart. So this is an item basement, which I believe I mark as I. No, that's for marking that I got a 4 item. So let me retoggle that. Didn't remember. Oh, I've got my hotkeys displayed on the screen. I'm a big dummy. So that was an item staircase. We got a heart, which means that was a basement heart in 5. We have heart shuffle off, and so that's the only basement heart, actually, that I'm going to find in the whole game. A little bit unlucky to have just found it here right now. I guess this is going to be a transport staircase. And so I guess I'm just going to take it and see where it goes. So this is going to be transport staircase 1. There was a way to go to the left, and I haven't done it yet. Oh, and a Patra. I should try to kill this guy. With the wood sword, it may be tough. But yeah, so far the seed has not been going well. For those of you who like more hours of content, you're in luck, because this seems like a seed that's going to take me more on the order of like 2.5 hours, as opposed to 1.5 hours. And I forgot to even notice where that came out. We'll go back through there in a bit. Actually, I can find out just right here. So here was my entrance, and so it was 1, 2 over here, and 1 over here. Okay, so there is a Patra here that I've not killed, and there was a door to the north going that way. Okay, but I'm back at the entrance, and so let's try exploring to the south and see what's down here. It is a Goma block. All right, fantastic. That is... no, there we go. I need bow and arrow in order to defeat that room. So let's try the one other thing that we can do, which is to defeat the final 2 enemies in the first side of Transport 1, so that we can unlock the shutter door to its left and continue on in the dungeon that way. Sadly, the Gibdos respawn, so we have to kill them. And with bubbles in this room, with this floor layout, it's going to be somewhat challenging to kill these guys, because each time you get hit by a bubble, it takes away your sword for, I don't know, 3 seconds or something? It basically gives you a short-term curse. That means that you can't use your sword. And so that is somewhat frustrating. Oh boy, I couldn't use my sword there. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We've killed one of the 2, so we're going to save that progress by exiting the room. Each time you exit the room, it saves what monsters you have killed. And so I'm going to then reset and continue back to the start of the dungeon, which gives me 3 hearts again. And so with my 3 hearts, I'm going to go back in and try to kill this final Gibdo, who has spawned in an area where there's only 1 bubble, and so that's pretty good. Could be better. Okay, I should be able to kill him now. Great, fantastic. So now we are here. The doggos, I can kill them. And look, give me bombs, right? Oops. That's fine. Got plenty of bombs. If you stun a Dodongo and then kill it with your sword, oops, well, he's just gonna eat that bomb. Then it always drops a bomb pack, which is great. So we'll do that. This room is complete. We can now go down here. And doesn't appear to be anything in this room. I'm sitting on some bombs, and so just in case, we'll take a couple of speculative bombs just to see if there's any bomb walls there. I think that's as much as I care to do right now. I'm also going to... Let's see, I'm very near the start. Got a heart out of here, though. I'm going to take a speculative bomb over here since we know there's more rooms to the right. I'll take 1 more here. Alright. None of that worked either. That's as much as I'm willing to do right now. I think the Patra is going to be difficult to kill. And so we're going to exit that dungeon for the moment with our tail tucked between our legs, and we're gonna go elsewhere. So where is elsewhere that we want to go? I still have 4 bombs, and so let's go ahead and save that and then try to take advantage of these bombs in a good way. So I think the next thing to do is to bomb a few more spots up here in the northeast and see if we can find an easy dungeon that's somewhere not too far from our start screen. So here's a screen where there could be a location. There is not. Let's mark it off. Here's a screen where there will be a location. It is just gambling, money-making game. So right now it's looking like we might retry to get our bombs back. But there are 2 more spots that we can bomb. So let's get that information while we can. While we are standing nearby. This spot is a door repair charge. Definitely looking like a retry. And then P-Hats only take 1 hit with the wood sword. That's nice to know. Oops, I just went to the wrong screen. Finally, there's a spot to bomb up here. So it appears that most of our levels are up at the top of Death Mountain, which is very unfortunate. And that's a door repair charge. Okay, so that was definitely a retry. There was also a power bracelet spot up there that I failed to do. Yeah, I'm desperate enough right now that I'm going to go check that out. But yeah, the seed is going extremely poorly. Would be my assessment of it. And honestly, I have not played very much in the last month. Done a ton of work on the tracker. Occasionally played to test it. Yeah, I feel like I'm out of practice, and so I wonder if I'm making some mistakes other than mere execution mistakes. We found level 2. This could be the key to breaking everything open.
You have located 6 dungeons.
So we are in E5, so we're right here. We entered from the north. We can go to the left or to the right. Let's start by going to the left.